And I want to come back to a couple of things that you said. JK, you said the word commitment. And it's one of the things that we look for when we coach couples is we start there. The commitment to each other that we are in this to win this is really fundamental, and that there's no going back, there's no plan B, right? And so that I think is key. There's other areas like how we care for each other, right? And JK, you have needs. Ruth, you have them as well, and you help serve each other in needs and wants and things of that nature. And then there's the communication that you do to relate to each other. And there's a few other C's, but I won't go through all of them. I guess the reason why I'm saying this is there's things that we also have to do. So I totally agree with you, Ruth and JK. God at the center, it's not going to fail, but we are co-laborers with Christ, which means we also have to do our part. And you talked about one of them, right? Forgiveness. Like we have to get good at forgiving. And also not letting that pride build up to the point where, pride comes before the fall. So what other keys would you have that, forgiveness is one, I think commitment is another, discovery is another. Are there other things that you would just pass on and share with those listening in to say, this is another area that is really fundamental that we as, humans have to also do to make it work?
Well, I'll give you my answer for on the guy side. And I always like to say it is a three-step thing. It's patience, and more patience.
Yeah.
I think this is also very important to know and be able to communicate the love languages of a person. I have to actually, in the beginning, I was very idealistic, thinking he needs to read my mind. And then I realized, I have to tell him what it is that I actually understand that is a love, right? So I love to be touched. I love to be cuddled. I love to be, told, words of affirmation. I think it's important for us, or even especially in the beginning, to know the love languages of each other so that you're not hit and miss.
Yeah.
He loves to give me breakfast in bed. I would rather that he would cuddle me 5 more minutes, But then, you magnify what it is that each other does, though, and not just overlook that. And really, I really feel like we have to continuously magnify and speak out and appreciate each other with words. I think that's important.
That's really good.
Even if you have your love language, but still words is very important to be able to go and say, okay, before he leaves, you're amazing. You're just amazing. And I find him so handsome, so I can't really stop myself saying that, things like that. I think it's important for both of us to do that, or for everybody.
That's so good, Ruth. The things that we say to each other and also the things that we say to ourselves, right?
Yeah.
What conversations are we having in our head about our spouse, right? Are we lifting them up, or are we tearing them down about the things they don't do? Or are we acknowledging and appreciating the things that they do? I think that's so key. I'm glad you said that. It's another key point.